Alright, so this is Robert from CCSA, just doing a short video on some of the tools that are available on our website. And I want to start by saying that if you have any questions even after watching this video, feel free to contact me anytime. If you have financial questions, need assistance, if some of the payment deadlines aren't working because you're working on financial aid, or you have scholarships coming in, or any other issues, just reach out to me and contact me. There's a lot of flexibility on my end in terms of working with you based on your particular situation, and so it always helps to start by communicating with me. One of the first things that I'll walk you through is to take a look under the Finances tab. We have our Payments page. It's Make a Payment. You can see we have our three payment methods here. You're probably already familiar with this page if you've made the application fee, but I do want to point out that there's a 3% surcharge on credit card transactions, and so I do recommend the ACH payment method. It's not really a big deal when you're paying a small application fee of $150, but as you start making these larger payments, it does make a bigger difference. Now on the ACH payment form, you can just click on the link there. It's all completable online, and so you can just go here and type in all of your information, but I do recommend that before submitting it, you actually print this form and then put a physical signature on the bottom. It is a legal form, and we're taking money from your account, so we do need that actual signature. There are instructions on the top. Talks about you can fax it to us, you can email it to us, and one thing that's not stated on here too is that if you don't have access to a scanner or a fax machine, we have had people take some high quality photos with some of these new phones. They have really good cameras on them, and as long as you get the whole form with the signature block and it's really good quality and I can see everything very clearly, we will accept that as well. So that's the ACH payment form. And of course, the credit card gateway is right here. It's very self-explanatory. Just note the 3% fee. And we do take checks, but if you're going to send in a check by mail, make sure to send it in advance of the payment deadline, because it not only has to go through the postal mail, it also has to go through the campus mail here at Western Kentucky University, which is where the CCSA is housed. And so you'll want to be just making sure that you get it in time. So the next payment that's due is the first payment, which is October 26th. You can see the standard amount is $18.50. But as I mentioned, if you're working on some things like the scholarships or the financial aid, feel free to contact me. I do have some flexibility in terms of adjusting the payments and the due dates, and I like to look at each situation on a case-by-case basis, and so don't be afraid to contact me just to see if there's something that I can do to help out with that. Of course, we also have students that are using financial aid, and so we've created this cost calculator that's very helpful for that. I'll take you through a little test example here where I'll just select several options. So you can see after I make these selections and I hit submit, I then have a printable form that can be used to be taken to your financial aid office. It can be used just for your informational purposes. You could use it to take it to your parents. Maybe they want to see how much it's going to cost, and they're trying to figure out, if they're going to take money out of a savings plan or something like that. So this form is very helpful for that. Now the top portion are the fees that go to CCSA, but we've also added these additional costs because these are some monies that you might need while you're abroad. And it also helps to determine the amount of financial aid that you'll qualify, because it's the total cost. Now, another option is to print this and take a hard copy to your financial aid office. But what some people will do also is they'll do this save as PDF method, which is very helpful, because then you can take this form and attach it to an email, send it to the financial aid coordinator that's in charge of study abroad at your office, and then before you go meet with them, they've already got your information, and then hopefully it'll be a lot quicker to discuss with them. Now, a lot of the people that work in the financial aid offices at our campuses are also familiar with this cost calculator, and so they could even work through it with you while you're there in their office. And then some of them, you might just be able to work it out through the phone. But I do, if you're going to use student loans, I definitely recommend you get that process started as soon as possible. Different campuses have different policies for how long it will take, but it's never too soon to get that started. And again, if you have any questions or need assistance with that, just feel free to contact me. Now, another thing that students ask a lot about are our scholarships. CCSA has 2 scholarships. And so you'll see the Traveler Scholarship, which is for students that are Pell Grant eligible. So it's kind of a need-based scholarship. That's up to a $1,000 award. And then we also have our Storyteller Scholarship. Now the Storyteller Scholarship is more competitive, and what we're looking for is students that can take images while they're abroad, share them on social media or blog, and then help tell the story about CCSA and where we go and some of the things that we do while we're there. And so you'll have people following you, hopefully, and it's one of the things we look for is students that can share their experience with a wide range of other students for that Storyteller Scholarship. Like I said, the Traveler Scholarship is more need-based. It's not as competitive in that those terms, but those are 2 that are available through CCSA. Now at the bottom of the page, we also have several other scholarships that students have used, and so you'll want to check out this page and definitely get started on that early. You don't want to wait until the payment deadline to start filling out scholarship applications, because by then most of the deadlines have passed and there's no way you'll get the money in time. And so, really get started on that as soon as you can. Another thing we have is information about money while you're abroad, so you can take a look at that. I won't go into it too much. Obviously, you're traveling to an area that might have a different currency than we have, and so you'll want to be familiar with exchange rates and things like that, and just maybe be familiar with how much something might cost while you're there. CCSA does have a cancellation policy. It's on the website and in the application system, so everyone that has completed an application has agreed to the terms of this cancellation policy. And you can see one of the first ones is at the first payment deadline, and so just like I said, be in communication with us. I'll work this out with you, and just be familiar with the fact that there are certain phases that you go into that, if we've been exposed to some costs on your behalf, then there may be some cancellation fees involved with that. Just because, for instance, if we've purchased an airline ticket and we can't get a refund on that, which we normally will not be able to, well then, we have to recover those costs, and so that's why we have these cancellation policies. So another thing on the website that I think is really important is the contact page under About, Contact, and you can see all the CCSA staff are listed here. Again, my information is down at the bottom here. You can see, again, my name is Robert, and I have 2 email addresses really. I can use either robert@ccsa.cc or finance@ccsa.cc. Either one of those addresses will come to me, and so they both work fine. I think finance@ccsa.cc is the one that I use the most commonly. But also you can call 270-745-4487, and I'm here Monday through Friday, and am available to speak to you about any of the financial issues that you have or concerns, or just if you want more information or maybe some tips or advice. I've worked with a lot of students, helped them through a lot of problems, and got them through some hurdles, and it never hurts to just make sure that you're prepared for the different schedules that are coming and the processes that you need to go through. And like I said, we do have some flexibility in terms of options that are available, and we can work with you on that. So that is a little summary of all of the tools that are available on our website. Again, it's located at ccsa.cc. All of the financial sections are under the Finances tab, and contact information is under the About tab. And if you have any questions, reach out. Feel free to contact me. And good luck. Thank you.